Ha cha cha cha. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Why Did Ask For, Chapter 14.
Hooray!
With me, as always, my name is Dan. With me, as always, is Pat.
Hello, everybody.
The lovely Amber.
Hey.
Our Dane in America, Mari.
Woo!
And a special guest from the Jackass Express Podcast, Tip.
Yep, I'm here.
He sounds young today.
Apparently so, yeah.
And
it's
only
'cause
today.
I need to drink more whiskey since I quit smoking. It's a
I
weird.
think the difference is since the last time we've only spoken before once, and the last time that we spoke, I was just mullered in NyQuil. I was not entirely there, and I believe that you had whiskey, so you weren't entirely there.
Well, I will promise you by the end of tonight, I will not be entirely there because my good friend Jameson came over.
Great.
Oh, God.
We
You
met in
see-
the haze.
Tip's voice may sound like he's in his young 25, 26 years old, but his liver is indeed in its 70, 75. So, I mean, we got experience, but also the youthful sound of experience.
What the hell did you just send us, Mary?
Click it.
It's like
Did
a
you-
wicker car.
Mari, hi. This is
Weapon?
an audio podcast.
Weapons is lesbians.
Well, don't worry, we'll link that. What she just
You
showed us.
can't
But
be like,
basically,
look
as far as
at
I
it.
can tell,
You can't
This
be like,
kid-
look at it and then go silent.
I believe it says weaponized lesbians.
Weaponized lesbians.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
we
so
gotta
I'm the-
weaponize something.
I'm the kind of
I
person, I see something funny, I link it immediately without thinking about it.
I'm just more impressed that it's like the whole car is fucking wicker.
Yeah, I mean, this guy needs to
Skill.
come stateside and market this.
I'm going to take a basket weaving class now. I can't afford
Underwater?
a car, but do you know what I can't afford? Hay.
An underwater basket weaving class.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Nice.
Let's make it difficult.
Dave Ramsey reference. I like it.
Oh, weaponized lesbians wants me to never miss a post.
Oh,
Hello,
goodness.
because I am on my work computer.
What, you're at work recording this?
No.
No, never. Never.
He's a very,
You see what it
he's a
is?
very
Is they gave
responsible
me.
adult.
They pay me to sit in an office and shop all day, and they gave me a computer and they gave me. A
Oh,
phone.
no.
Yeah. It's,
Now, wait. Before we go further on that,
Okay.
when I first met Tip and first spoke to Tip, it was on the Jackass Express podcast.
This is true.
And one of the things that he just happened to find was a dildo selfie stick.
Hold on. I bet you I can find it again.
And I'm pretty sure the
Dan,
site was I
we were
need this.com.
Dude,
were
I want
free and
that. Dude, I
clear.
want that.
Now,
free and clear.
so it worries me now that somebody has given Tip a job where he has to shop online. I just,
Wait,
I just have to throw that out there.
Tip, what exactly is your job? I mean, like,
I'm curious.
I'm a materials manager for a frack sand company. So basically, anyone that's listened to the Jackass Express knows I spent 2.5 years killing chickens.
It's true.
Now I'm raping the earth by digging sand out of it to get oil.
Also true.
well then.
I'm confused as to what that has to do with both online shopping and dildos.
Well,
Same.
I believe as a materials manager, it's his job to purchase the materials they need to operate.
yes. And there's no reason why, but okay, funny story.
Oh,
I had to buy, those little bumps in the road when
Yes.
you change lanes? I had to
Uh-huh.
buy those for our trucks so our trucks wouldn't fall over getting weighed out at the scale.
Right.
No one told me exactly what they're called, but someone had mentioned they're called road rumblers.
Okay.
And I don't know if anyone's ever Googled road rumbler.
I'm gonna do
Is
it
this
right
something we
now.
want to try right now?
Yes.
Should we all do it?
Don't-
Just to
don't.
see what's up.
no.
Don't do it.
And it should be, it's if you type road rumblers with an S, it's the top link on Google.
Wait. So how
I'm
do you
just
spell
I'm
it?
just getting exactly
I
what
would
you're
like
looking for.
everybody who's listening to this to please take caution when taking directive from Tim.
Turn off safe search and go directly into images.
I just want to know, how do you spell it? Because I'm not-
ROADUMBLERS.
This is a good exercise for all of us because it'll show, based on like what we Google usually, the kind of person that we are, what the first option is. My very first thing is a tricycle.
I got speed bumps and safety items.
Yeah, I have exactly what you're supposed to find when you search road rumblers.
turn off safe search.
Mine is Bears Vintage Mufflers.
Oh, wait a minute. That is at the top.
Wait, what?
BearsVintage.com Road Rumblers. They're mufflers.
Oh, they're mufflers. Okay, cool.
But
Wait a minute.
When you look at the website and you're with your boss, who is a 65-year-old religious woman, you got some problems.
I think my internet is trying to protect me here because I can't view the page.
Yeah, you're probably better off.
Yeah, another euphemism for this is a city titty.
Oh God.
Again, you do not want to Google that.
No, we're not going to do that one.
City.
The 30-year-old goes, no, I'm not going to Google that. The 21-year-old goes, hang on.
You'd be surprised. I'm not finding anything particularly, weird. I mean, there's this.
We could turn this in.
What is
If
this?
you're listening to our audio podcast, I just linked
Yes, that was what came up.
That's a picture of Sloth from the Goonies.
But on a normal day, what I buy is heavy equipment, nuts and bolts, shovels, and goat feed. Because we have a goat.
Nice.
You have a goat.
Yeah, his name's El Diablo. He lives on the mine site.
Oh God, I love that.
Wow. Why?
Good to go.
'Cause
Get free cheese.
one day he just showed up, and
Oh, okay. So it's like a rescue thing. It's not like you went, this site's missing something.
Yeah.
I know. We need a goat.
I thought for a second it was like the canary thing. Like, you know how if you're digging for underground, you get a canary to see if it faints? So maybe if you're fracking, if the goat's milk curdles, you know that it's a bad thing to frack there?
If the goat dies, get the fuck out.
Let me taste the milk. Oh, El Diablo.
Oh, my goodness.
I never knew about the goat tip. How come I didn't know about the goat?
oh man, I'm gonna have to send some pictures.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Pat, you're gonna pass those pictures.
Absolutely.
I want to see the goat.
Definitely. In fact, I think
You think?
sometimes.
Too much thinking he blew his brain out? What happened?
Oh, I got a picture of the goat in my email.
Oh, I see.
I do have an interesting question to pose to everybody while Tip is getting those pictures there.
Go for it.
Okay. Is it just me, or are people celebrating Christmas way the hell too soon?
Ask me when the first Christmas commercial I saw this year was.
When?
April.
Oh God.
That had
saw
to
I
have been-
remember something about that.
I saw one in April, and it was a Kmart commercial. And arguably, it was very cheeky. It was people being like, we're not going to tell you to go shopping for Christmas things this early. That would be ridiculous. But
Are you kidding me?
Huh.
But if you did have like children who were anticipating a fat guy showing up and dropping off some gifts, you might want to come to our toy section early. So it was very tongue in cheek, but it was definitely a Christmas commercial.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any commercials yet, but the one thing that bothers me about how jam-packed the holidays are is when stores, and I don't know how often it happens in the States, but it happens all the time here, is when stores start playing Christmas music like November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And like that just bothers me because in my mind it's like at the earliest November 12th should be okay. But I mean, Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, like let's not jump on the Christmas train before we remember, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would. It is Jesus's birthday.
So, for people who don't know what Remembrance Day is,
Yes.
Dan?
It's Veterans Day.
Oh.
It's the same thing. It's the day we celebrate we remember the people that fought in World War II, and it's the day that the fighting stopped.
Ah, okay.
See,
Do we celebrate that?
No, Americans celebrate Veterans Day. We celebrate
that's what I thought.
all our veterans from all our wars.
Yeah. Well,
The way that you're saying that. You trying to start a fight?
Well, I'm from America.
No, he's not. It's fine. I probably misworded it. Like the day that we celebrate or that we observe Remembrance Day refers to the end of World War II. The 11th month, the 11th hour, the guns stopped or whatever. But we do pay tribute to all veterans who have served in all wars. It's just the day just correlates to when World War II ended.
Well,
Yes.
we have Veterans Day and then we have Memorial Day. And they're two different things. Like, Veterans Day is for people that are still living and serving or not serving. And then Memorial Day is for people who have died. So I suppose that Memorial Day would be the closest thing.
How far apart are those?
Memorial Day's in May.
Yeah. And Veterans Day just happened last week.
So is Veterans Day the same day every year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the
November
11th.
11th?
Yep.
So that's the same as our Remembrance Day. It's
And Memorial
11/11.
Day is always in May.
The 28th
I know it's not on the
or
same
29th
day
of May?
every year.
No, it's like the last Monday.
Of May. I know because it always falls right stinking on my birthday, which is great, except for the fact that if I ever try to plan anything for my birthday, I always have to plan it around people's Memorial Day parties.
Aw, Pat.
Right.
So I'm like, darn it, these people who are
How
more
do I
noble
send
than
you
me
guys
getting a special day.
picture of this goat?
Oh God.
The goat?
He's sending pictures. I'm
Sending pictures of the
worried.
goat.
Please tell me it's the goat.
It's the goat,
I want to see the goat.
but I can't upload it to TeamSpeak.
See if you can send it to me whether through email or Dropbox if need be.
Yeah.
But you know how absolutely we do not honor our veterans? Is by playing 24-hour Christmas music right after Halloween ends.
Right?
That's what aggravates the heck out of me. And
That's the same thing I was getting at. It's like, I was in what was it? I was in Rexall. It's a drugstore or a pharmacy, whatever, picking up the wax for the Extra Life stream. And so that was on, the 4th or the 5th? Mm-hmm. And they were playing Christmas music. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's like,
They already had Christmas trees up at Home Depot before Halloween.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not right
I
either.
saw Christmas light at Costco's in late August. And I already did. I was like, fucking America, please. I'm sorry.
I kind of understand the retail aspect. I mean, August is a little too early, but I understand the retail aspect of throwing things out well before the holidays.
Well, these were live Christmas trees the day after Halloween. So,
Okay, well, that doesn't make any sense.
What's
Because
the
if you're
next
anything
great
like
holiday?
me and you get a live tree, you forget to water it after week 2.
yeah.
And then by Christmas it's very greenish brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never had a real tree.
Can I ask,
you're missing out.
I've only ever had
can
fake
I just
trees.
ask, when you say real tree, do you mean the one that's chopped down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Why would you water that? I'm
Because you want
sorry.
it to stay alive.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wait,
It's still alive. You're
how
just
early
slowly-
do you guys get your tree?
I usually try and wait until December 1st or
Well,
the
mine's in
first
a
week of
box in my
December. So you're
attic.
looking at
This year, October 30th is when I bought mine.
I think even early December is too early. I feel like you got to put it up maybe second week of December or something
you're
like that.
supposed to put it up right before Christmas, and it's supposed to last till January 6th.
That's what
the
we do
12th
in
day of
Denmark.
Christmas.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
because
That's
you guys
true, but-
follow the 12 days of Christmas, and January 6th is the day the Three Kings showed up.
Okay, but the tree that I have, my grandparents got when I was an infant, and I'm 21 years old, and it's still going strong.
Is it like a
Nice.
Charlie Brown Christmas tree? Is it like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree? It's 2.5 feet tall with next to no branches.
It's
I'm
pretty
sorry,
tall. I
but
think it's 7 feet tall.
Dude, that's a goat.
Yeah, that's
it
El
looks
Diablo.
I'm
Why does it
sorry.
fat?
That thing looks like the size of a cow.
He's pretty big.
It's a very fat goat.
For the audio listeners, we're seeing this really large, essentially is a goat. It almost looks like a ram.
Right?
Okay, can I just ask, has it ever attacked anyone?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Please explain.
You have to consult the goat's lawyer first.
It eats the grass in the mine site,
right.
And we park all our equipment on something called a go line at night because, we don't want it to fall over. I don't know why. But it's all parked on the go line. And at one point, the go line, I guess, was too close to where El Diablo ate. So we have footage on our security camera of this goat headbutting one of those big bulldozers. He did it for like 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
You know what?
Please tell me you guys saved that.
He won against the bulldozer?
What?
Well, yeah. I mean, we moved the go line and the goat didn't move, so he won.
Oh, I thought you meant like he fucked that bulldozer up.
Same.
We'd have some problems. But that goat's why I have to buy goat feed once a month.
Goat feed?
That's incredible.
Does he like you now?
I have no idea.
Have you attempted to approach him and be like, hey, want to be friends?
I don't walk into
Does he speak English?
No, but I mean, that's pretty cool though, because then you have a thing. You almost have like your mascot out there.
Yeah.
The fracking mascot.
That's freaking cool.
He's
That's a
a
little better than
Scott.
chicken.
He's just a fracking goat.
Fuzz, no. You get mad at me for the bad jokes, and then you make one unacceptable.
Right?
I don't know if that's as much a joke as a play on words.
Technicalities.
So fantasy football.
I know we had talked about it in the group me a long time ago, and I think this is something even Tip could help me try to figure out.
Oh god.
Is there was that thing where somebody had made a really great argument about Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
Ugh.
And at first, I was reading it. I saw the article. And I was like, "This is ridiculous. This is absolutely not. This going to hold up."
And the more you read it, the more sense it made.
Yes, that's exactly it. It was like, why is it so like in depth and detailed? And every point he was making was so good. Like,
Here's
because
the thing.
the guy that wrote it's really J.J. Abrams, and he just spoiled the plot to the whole trilogy right there.
Here's the thing. I personally am not super into Star Wars, but my best friend is so completely dedicated to it. She's seen the movies at least 50 times each. So she was talking to me because she hates Jar Jar with a passion.
right.
And was saying, I would be afraid that this would be true. Like, I would be paranoid, and I would hate for that to happen. But the only thing that I know for a fact is that George Lucas wrote it, which means that there's no way he saw that far ahead.
Well, Disney bought it, and Disney likes to pull up people's past.
That's true.
But most stories are written like that. Like even James Bond, I don't think they fully had the idea of how the overarching story was going to go until they started getting further into the story, because they couldn't really have it planned from the beginning.
Well, it's each movie supposed to stand as its own independent story for James Bond. Like, you can have one James Bond movie and not have the rest. You can't have Star Wars A New Hope and not have the rest, because then everyone's going to be like, okay, well, they blew up the Death Star, but Darth Vader clearly got away with his spinning TIE fighter. And what happened before? Why is this movie called Episode 4? You can't do that with Star Wars. But like James Bond, you can. It's kind of like Dr. No, okay, spy goes to kill a supervillain.
I like that. Just very
Moonraker, spy goes to the moon to kill a supervillain.
When are we going to make the Why Did I Ask For spy movie?
That is a very good question. I think right after we make the Why Did I Ask For Charlie Brown Christmas special redub.
Oh, God.
Wasn't that the cancer special?
No,
One day,
hey,
I'm going to make you
hey.
guys watch that. You don't understand.
You guys made a cancer special?
No.
No.
Tip doesn't listen to our podcast.
That's a reference to
I don't
another
listen to my
podcast.
podcast.
It's true. He doesn't. He just comes on, says belligerent things, and then leaves. And I cry a little bit on the inside.
A little bit. Pat, let's be honest.
A lot.
A few weeks ago,
This is why I drink rum.
I was surprised to find that nobody else knew that there was a Charlie Brown cancer special.
Wait.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly how I
It's a real thing. It happened.
It's a real thing. Is there...
I don't believe it.
He's going to fight you on this.
There is a special in which
Why Charlie Brown? Why? Wow.
Well, I mean, that is the title of it. The title sounds disheartening, but I promise it's a good special.
It's very disheartening.
There is another Charlie Brown title
Woodstock
called Race for Your Life,
cancer.
Charlie Brown.
Oh, God.
Woodstock doesn't have cancer, I think.
Janice. Which one's Janice?
Janice is a new girl who Linus meets, and they hang out a lot, and Linus develops a little crush on her, and then she gets diagnosed with leukemia.
Way to go, Linus.
Yeah.
It's
But I think it's meant to help children cope with what occurs, because as kids, there's a lot of questions that you don't know the answers to. So this helps them kind of understand what's going on without being insensitive. You know what I mean? Because they're kids. They don't.
And she gets better at the end of it. She definitely gets better.
Wait, Charlie Brown figured out how to cure cancer, and we're still fighting it?
Yes, he figured out.
I don't know what I'm angrier about, that there's a special or that they have the cure and they haven't told us.
Well, I mean, she doesn't get cured. She goes into remission, you know? That's how that works.
You know what's funny, and this is just something on the subject of Charlie Brown, is that I just linked an image to Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, where there's a very traumatic imagery of them in a boat or a raft.
Well, I remember this scene. It wasn't traumatic. They were just going down a big waterfall thing.
And then I went onto Google and I found another site that offers the same thing, and they have a much nicer version of them in the raft smiling and having a great old time.
The family favorites version.
Oh, God.
It's like, wait a minute. You can see exactly when sponsorship got a hold of this movie.
The family favorites version, if you look at Charlie Brown, he looks like someone that is very proud of himself. He's feeling that pride.
And that's not who Charlie Brown is.
And it looks more like he just farted, and that's
and
they're
in the
all
Amazon
gagging.
picture, it looks like
That's why they're
whoever
not
is
screaming.
behind Charlie Brown with their hands up is piddling in his butt.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh my God.
So I prefer to watch this family favorites one
Let's see. You see?
Just based on the cover art?
just based on the cover art.
You're an incredible human
It's the same
being. You know
movie.
that?
It's the exact same movie.
It's the exact same movie, but it's just two different perspectives. It's kind of like when you have, I don't know if you have it in Canada, but like they have the TBS and the TNT networks in America, and they'll have like, oh, it always bugs me because or not ABC. They do the thing with Harry Potter. Like when it's Halloween, it's like a spooky supernatural occurrence is going to happen. And that's this big old scary thing. And then Christmas comes around and they play the same Harry Potter thing, but it's now a lighthearted, joyful ride through the wonderful world of magic. And it's like, really? They just pitch it in two different areas, trying to make it seem as two different things. And it's always so funny what they come up with to try to change the tone for the same movie.
No, all we get here around Christmas time for like 2 weeks is like the same claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
It's not Rudolph the
what is
Red-Nosed
it, the
Moose?
Happy Elf or something?
Okay.
Grandma
I don't know, whatever it is, anyway.
by a reindeer.
We get like the same old like cartoons from the 60s,
Oh God, no!
like the original Grinch movie, and the one I'm thinking of, it's about Rudolph, but it's not called Rudolph, I don't think.
It's called Adolf, and it's a very different movie.
And there's like an island of misfit toys, and anyway.
Sorry.
That's
But yeah, we get like the same
That's Frosty and the Island, and no, that is Rudolph. You're right.
Yeah.
We have so many Christmas specials that honestly, even watching like during Christmas break for me, like as a student, it's almost impossible to make sure that I can see all of them, even the ones that like I love the most. Like, I don't think I've been able to see the Charlie Brown one during the Christmas season in at least 3 years because there's so many that are constantly coming on and off TV.
The only Christmas special I look forward to watching is A Christmas Story, and I start at midnight on Christmas Eve, and
You watched the 24-hour special.
Let me say something. I hate The Christmas Story.
Well, you see,
specifically because every year TBS puts it on for 24 hours.
That's right.
And my mother sits there and watches it.
Me
for
and your mother
24 hours.
Me and your mother get along very well.
I have seen A Christmas Story more than I have seen any other movie in my 21 years of living. And honestly, I just want to stop watching it now. I'm done.
Oh, what you got against Ralphie? What's wrong with Ralphie?
I'm over it.
He's going to shoot his
Christmas
eye
Story
out.
haunts my dreams.
I'm going to call your mom and say, Mrs. Fuzz, your daughter hates A Christmas Story.
My God.
Nailed it. We
Mrs.
all have that thing that makes Christmas for us. I mean, like, for me, it's we always open our presents on Christmas Eve because for somehow I think it feels more special and more like cool. You get to have a nice little thing of, rum with you or whatever. But
yes.
Mari, what's your thing that's like it's not Christmas unless this happens?
Well, in Denmark, we have this constant thing every single year. They play it's a really old Disney Christmas show, and they just play the same thing each year. We usually see that New Year's Eve, and there is this one clip from Bambi where Bambi has to go on the ice for the first time.
Is it when they shoot Bambi's mom? Is that what Denmark?
Spoiler!
No, please.
Sorry.
No.
Jesus.
He goes out on the ice, and it was like my dad and my aunt. They're like completely gone. There's no way to get in contact with them whenever that clip is being shown.
Aww.
It's like amazing. They're like 5-year-olds.
I like it.
As a parent, I quickly discovered that certain things that you treasure in your childhood that may have come from your parents' childhood, like it only there's a limit to its reach. And the example with that is the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas. My wife and I still love watching that one.
Nice.
And we thought last year, we were like, hey, let's show Haley, our daughter, who was 4 at the time. We're like, she'll sit through a movie now, so let's show her the original Grinch. And it'll be awesome because she'll start and she sat through it, but like the whole time you could tell she was just like, is it over yet? This is horrible.
That's just because she doesn't
understand.
understand.
It broke my Christmas heart because I was like, she doesn't.
You know what you gotta do?
But then we watched the Jim Carrey one, and she loved it.
Are you serious?
So I was like, okay, I guess there's a trade-off there in a sense that she still gets the same story and the same message. It's just not the way I remembered it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of depressing at the same time because it's like, well, now I can see the reach of certain things that I enjoyed in my childhood that I know my parents enjoyed in their childhood. It doesn't go any farther than that.
I was actually truly about to say, show her the live action Grinch and it'll scare her shitless so that then she'll want to watch the cartoon one.
No,
but that's
she loved
impressive
it.
That she at 4 was just cool with that. Because I must have been about 4 or 5 when the live action Grinch came out, and I saw it and it messed me up forever.
How?
I just
you were
want to
4 or wait a minute, you were 4 or 5 when it came out?
When did it come out? Like 1999, right?
I'm checking.
Tip
2000. Holy
Was
crap.
it?
Oh my god.
I
we're
just
old.
want to say that is the only version of the Grinch I've seen.
Mari, no.
Okay, Mari,
Wow.
you got homework.
It came
for
out in
Christmas.
2000.
How old are you, Mari?
I'm 20.
And how old are you, Fuzz?
21.
So 5 and 6.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys are old as shit.
Oh my
How
god.
old I was when this movie was.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
16.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're older than me?
We're old.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tip's
Damn.
like
I was,
39 years old.
I was 15. I was 15 when it came out.
Yeah, it was about that time, I guess. That seems about right.
I ever started
but
to
you
feel
see,
old.
man.
I turned 21 in February. I was like, dear God. But I can see now I'm not old.
You guys, however,
Wow.
you're
I'm
old
See,
as
we're here
fuck.
to give you perspective, you
Oh.
young folks.
31.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Wow.
so we decided to bring
Hot.
Mari
God.
on last week. We decided that she's going to be on the podcast this week. And then we decided, as a precautionary tale, we should also bring on Tip.
Precautionary.
just to be like, look, this is how you could turn out if you turned to alcohol on your 21st birthday.
That's true.
But she's from Denmark, so
Well.
they've been allowed to drink a whole lot longer.
Yeah,
A
but
whole lot
she's in
longer,
America
like
now.
5 years. Come on. Or
she's
we're
in
allowed
America
to buy
now,
them.
so
Hey,
So-
5 years, you can age yourself pretty badly with alcohol.
In that 5 years,
Look at Bud. Sorry, Bud.
Fellow
I would have
Dane,
been
dear
drinking for
bud.
15 years.
Oh god.
You know,
yeah.
I would have legally been drinking for 15 years. Let me
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
phrase that.
yeah.
Oh God.
I'm currently, some friends are making plans for me that we're going out to get drinks on my 21st birthday. So
Yay.
celebrate it in
Are they
style.
Americans?
What?
Are they Americans?
Some of them are.
Well, it's because the whole world looks up to America, and they're just like, you know what? They wait till there's one.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yes.
just want to say no.
My,
Says the guy fracking out of Dallas, Texas. I
oh my
love
God.
it.
Doesn't get much more American than me.
Attaboy.
One of
I
my
love
friends gave me a recipe for her fucking award-winning Jello shots earlier tonight, and I'm excited to use it.
I would need copies of this, please.
Award winning?
Me
I mean,
too.
for the company, Fuzz, please.
Yeah, where do you win awards for drinks?
I don't think that they're official awards.
I just want
I-
to say I've met Texans, so I know some of them.
No,
can be,
no,
like,
hang on,
super
hang on,
weird.
Mari.
Yeah, Mary was just
You
in
met
Texas.
people from
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin's different.
San Antonio
Austin's
too.
not
San
Texas.
Antonio too.
San
There were some
Antonio's
pretty
just like Austin. You don't
It's-
want...
Yeah, but
It's
that,
getting like Austin. It's not as bad as Austin.
I just want to
Mari,
say
you
that was
met
my first encounter
Californians.
face to face with Texans.
You,
So-
you didn't meet Texans.
You met
What did
Californians.
you What did you think of the pseudo Texans, Mari?
They were weird. Like,
Yeah,
oh god.
that's what Texas
sorry.
thinks of them.
To everyone in Austin and San Antonio, I'm sorry.
You
But-
see, you're lumping all of Rooster Teeth into that weird.
That's okay.
Rip.
You know,
Not necessarily, because although they live in Austin, they're not all from Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, true point. Good.
That's
I think
sad.
Jack's the only one that's from Austin.
Yeah.
Look at Gavin. He's an undercover agent. I mean, on behalf of Europe, you know.
He is.
Like,
No.
okay.
Austin is probably like my dream place, you know?
wow.
I
I don't know if I can ever come back on this podcast.
No. Tim,
Here's the
no.
reason why. Here's the reason why. Austin is quite possibly the stupidest place I've ever been before in my entire life. And
I will
I
agree.
loved it. It
What
spoke
I-
to me.
What I didn't like about Austin is it didn't matter what time of day, what you were doing. If you got on I-35 in Austin, it's like a 2-hour wait.
Oh yeah, and you're into traffic no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No matter what.
I was staying with my friend who lives in Austin, and so we drove around a lot. And literally, no matter what, it was back to back everywhere. You got out of her house, and it was back to back to the mall, to anywhere you wanted to eat, to Walmart. That's just it.
Yep. So
I've
Canada
been to Austin.
is only 20 coins.
I've been to Austin like 2 times, maybe 3 times in my life. And every time I've gone there, it's really impressive looking, but it's bloody hot. It is always burning hot
It's
there.
not. You're a baby.
He
please.
is. Pat's a big baby.
It's
Pat
true,
is a
I am.
baby.
But it was. Look, guys, please. But
Guys,
it was.
please.
It was really, really boiling hot there, and that's why I wonder, like with even RTX next year, if it's like in the middle of freaking July. Why are they having it in the middle of July?
Here's the deal. Austin
Because
is
they
like,
caught wind that I might come, and they just really want to piss me off.
You'll melt, man. You're from Canada. You're
I
not gonna-
know.
I love
I'm like
it.
half snow.
It's true.
Like Austin is like,
No.
here we go. Everyone there is fucking vaping back to back. Every fucking person there vapes.
Yes.
All the food there is fusion. You cannot just have like one sort of food. It's always like Korean, Mexican. You're gonna fucking eat it or leave.
The
Tex-Mex,
worst thing
Tex-Mex.
that happened to me at Austin was I went with my buddy, and all I wanted was a burger. And the closest I could get to a regular burger was some grass-fed organic beef.
Did you have the bison?
No, it wasn't even bison. It was just like, try this organic beef. We also have tofu. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Oh,
We also have
It's
tofu.
gonna sound like I'm shitting on Austin, but that's what I want to be. I want to be that big of a douchebag. Like
a
that's what
raging
I
hipster.
feel like I belong.
Really?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
do.
the last episode with Fuzz on the Why Did Ask For podcast. Let's congratulate her on her promotion to... I'm just kidding. Well, no, and I get that. But now I wonder, Tip, maybe that burger you ate was actually goat meat? And, like, you ate the wife of this other goat and it's found you?
Maybe that.
And
Yeah,
now
maybe
he
that's why the
knows.
goat's at your settlement.
And that's
Well,
why
that
it's
could
there
be.
hitting your tractors.
That's why, maybe all animals hate me. Killed chickens, and now birds hate me. Now goats hate me.
Well, I can understand why chickens hate you.
Maybe
You
you should
slaughtered
be a
half the
vegetarian.
population.
It sounds like you're fucking up your reputation with the animal kingdom a lot.
Yeah.
It's true. It does sound like that.
It's kind of like they say, if aliens came to the planet and they saw how we treat the animals that we eat, would they assume that it's okay for them to then eat us the same way? Because, I mean, you could eat sheep all day long and no one would care.
That's another
Pat,
reason why we
Pat.
should live in
Mari,
Austin.
please.
No, Pat, no.
Sorry, please.
Because they massage their cows there.
In Austin, they massaged
What?
it. So this cow got a manicure before I ate it.
Well, a manicure and a massage are two different things.
Well, because you have to gain its trust first, otherwise it doesn't taste good. And then once you've gained its trust, that's when you send it the way of Old Yeller.
Yeah.
And it's good to go.
Look, I've heard all this crap about, like, if you're really nice to the animal before you kill it, then it'll taste better because otherwise it's all stressed and the meat tastes like shit.
You know what? That's
Who
what
comes
a little,
up with this shit?
You get your little meat tenderizer hammer.
Because let me tell you,
Vegans.
all the animals see it coming. Not one of them is going to be like, nah, it'll be all right. He gave me a massage, though. They're all scared shitless when they see the friggin' knife coming at their throat.
They
Tip is
actually
crap.
don't see it because first they go through an
No,
electrocution
Tip.
shock bath.
No.
So they're unconscious when the knife hits their throat. I gotta let people know.
A lot of it is also, though, animals that, like, especially chickens that are raised, like, that closely and, like, 20 of them are in, like, one pen. Also don't
you have no
the-
idea.
God. And a lot of them also don't have the opportunity to, like, grow to the right size, and they're fed, like, a bunch of really gross gray shit. So
And
they
grow
do,
grow
they do
hormones.
taste
okay.
differently than free-range chickens.
I've got to back this up again. All they're eating is cornmeal. So it's what they'd pick from the ground anyways.
Oh, well. Well,
And
it
they're
also depends
technically-
on...
They're technically
where did you
free
go?
range. It's just their range is 50,000 square feet. So it's one chicken per square foot.
Are you allowed to say where you worked?
I don't think
Well,
that's a good
I don't
idea.
work there anymore.
Oh, because my experience is with my cousin who used to work for Tyson.
That's where I worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
In which he told us that they were not fed cornmeal, but just a bunch of gray, gross shit.
Well, what did your cousin do?
I don't know. I just know that he worked for Tyson.
How long ago?
Kid may have
Ages and
known him.
ages ago. I must have been maybe like 7.
Well, you see, PETA has interfered between the time you were 7 and the time I got there.
Well,
Fucking PETA.
Yeah.
fucking PETA making us feed them food.
Right?
They just need to go back
No,
to making
they
their
get-
pita bread. Ha ha.
They
Shut
get
up.
vitamins and minerals and
That was
corn
terrible, Pat.
Sorry.
and chicken shit. They eat their own shit.
Gross.
Dogs
Well-
do it too.
I was just gonna say I've watched my dog throw up and then immediately eat it. So
You should
Yeah.
definitely stop your dog from doing that.
Yeah, that's not a good
I
idea.
do, but I've just it's like I'm in the other room and I hear her hacking something up, and then I go to see what's wrong with her, and there she is chewing on it. I'm like,
Ooh,
what
oh
are you
my
teen
gosh.
signs.
doing?
Well, speaking of dogs and chickens, I'm getting a dog tomorrow.
Yay!
Are you going to
What
feed
kind
him
of dog?
cornmeal?
No, I'm gonna feed him.
The hearts of children.
Well done.
Well,
Only if they're his enemies.
True.
I was thinking Purina.
Oh,
Thinking what now?
I was thinking Purina puppy chow, but
What kind of dog are you getting?
he's a mutt,
But like
between-
what kind of mutt?
black and white.
Okay.
I think you know what it is. I think Tip wants to make it a surprise for me and my brother because he's going to be coming into El Paso next week, and I think he wants to surprise everybody what type of dog it is.
He's gonna show up and it's gonna be like a chicken.
Wait, so he's gonna bring you a brand new puppy to your house?
I don't think it's a brand new puppy, is it, Tip?
Okay, so here's the story with the dog.
What do you know about this dog? Are you sure you're getting a dog?
Yes,
you're adopting a small child. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
I've been thinking about getting a dog, and I really don't know anyone here because I just moved up here, and I don't like people. So I haven't gone out there and met anybody. So my boss has been like, get a dog. I was like, I don't know. So she went to this thing with her daughter's school, this like auction, and I have a dog. I know it's a boy dog.
Okay, that's a start.
Mari, you made me feel a lot more guilty about eating hamburgers by posting that.
Are you gonna get him?
That's a goat, Pat.
Why? It's not a cow.
What is it?
It's a goat.
Okay, you made me feel guilty about wanting to eat goat now.
Mari, you can't just link images silently on an audio.
Mari posted a picture of a goat. It's
that.
and delicious.
I mean, it fits with what happens more often than not on this podcast is that I come in with a general idea of how I want the conversation to go. And then I do the introduction and I might get to one talking point, which is immediately steamrolled by something. And then it goes off in like 75 directions.
Well, if you think about it, we were so wonderfully talking about beautiful Christmas traditions and the things we do immediately into chicken slaughter and dogs eating their own feces.
Dan is also absolutely lying. We do not have a list before we start this podcast.
No, I do.
You've never shared it with
Dan,
us. That's
Well,
useless.
yeah, if
Dan,
you would
please.
share that list and we were all on the same page,
Maybe we'd be on task.
I want to know what's on the list.
It's not so much keeping things on task. It's just like I like to have a couple ideas of stories to throw out there. But generally, I want to see how the conversation flows because I like it makes for a better podcast if it's just a naturally flowing conversation rather than stopping and going, okay, now point B is we're going to talk about this. And it's just forced, right? So I don't mind what happens. I'm just saying that's what happens. I come in with an idea of what I want to talk about, and I can never work them in because we go 75 different ways right at the beginning.
Horrible tangents.
So Charlie Sheen
what did you
has
want to talk
AIDS.
about?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, I was going to mention that.
Mention what?
Apparently, Charlie Sheen has AIDS.
Yes, he does.
Let's
And
not. Not
And
today.
he announced it on...
Nope, I'm vetoing this topic. We're not doing
And
it.
not only that, Martin Sheen looks way better than Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. He does. It's pretty bad.
When your dad looks healthier than you do, you got problems.
Oh god. By the time I was like a functional person, Martin Sheen did not do movies or television anymore. So
Yeah, he did. He did West Wing.
I never saw West
True.
Wing.
Oh shit, that's right.
That was
You're
on for a
20.
long time.
I know that he was fucking Ben Parker. He was Uncle Ben.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Fuck you. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
To the Googles was.
I think
It
what
was,
Tip's saying is
but-
that he was, but he didn't do a good
Yes.
job of it.
Fuck you, Pitt.
Yeah, fuck Pitt.
And in the 2012
Shut
movie,
up.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Cliff
You're
Robertson's
right.
the one I was thinking of because he was in the only Spider-Man movie that matters.
Are we
Oh, he's
really
dead.
going to argue about
So,
the
real
merits
quick,
of-
no, we're not going to. Real quick, while we're still on the topic of quote-unquote superheroes, sort of, have any of you seen, and I don't even know if it's out in the States, but have any of you seen Supergirl?
Yes.
I've
seen a picture of her.
Okay, first of all, you have to get over the fact that, well, I have to try and get over the fact that she played a character in Glee.
Did
So
she?
that kind of, yeah,
Which
she
one
was
was she?
Marley.
Ooh.
She was?
I
Well,
like
Patrick.
the
now I
daughter of
really want
the-
to see her.
Because I
Patrick
watched the
is
first two
all up-
episodes and I never saw
Yeah,
that.
she's the daughter of the lunch lady.
Patrick
Holy
is
crap.
all
like,
over
the
this
later
now 'cause
seasons.
He's the hugest Glee fan.
Oh, Tip, shut your face.
I'm so
No.
glad that everyone at Why Did Ask For is a fan of Glee.
Okay, look, my wife is
I've
a
explained my
huge
position
Glee
on
fan
Glee
by
before.
association. I watch it. Okay.
No, come on, Pat. Own up to it.
Oh, no,
Okay,
I didn't even take that approach.
Don't stop.
I started watching it because they hooked me with a bunch of Journey in like the first season.
Right.
And I was like, this is fucking awesome. They sing 80s tunes all the time. They're doing Michael Jackson. And then it just went downhill from there. And when they did like, what does the fox say and shit like that.
Yeah, it got pretty bad.
Can I say something that's going to
But
get
regardless,
us
anyway,
attacked?
so that's the girl who plays Supergirl. And my wife just started watching it today. And I was sort of watching it in proxy. And it seems to be a pretty okay show. The one part I didn't like, though, is when they're in the first episode, when they're explaining her story, she gets to Earth and she stays with like, because she's Superman's aunt or cousin or something. And so, right. So she comes to Earth and Superman's like, here, stay with the family I've been staying with. And the father is played by, oh, fuck. He was in the Superman TV show from the 90s.
Oh, Dean Cain.
Dean Cain. He was the father. And I was like, really?
He
You
always
had
like
to
a
shoehorn
child
that?
molester vibe to him. I don't know if I like him on this superhero show.
I don't think he's on the show. He was in that one scene. And that's it. It was just like, hey, here, come stay with these people. And it was Dean Cain and some lady. And I was like, ha, Superman from the 90s is the father. That's kind of funny. But other than that, I mean, it seems to be an okay show. I think she's watched like 2 episodes. I've watched by proxy, but the thing that bothers me is she doesn't know anything about Superman.
Yeah.
Other than his name. So there's a scene where she's using her heat vision. Mm-hmm. And my daughter asked her something and my wife goes, oh, she's shooting lasers out of her eyes. And I was just like, oh god, it's heat vision, it's not fucking lasers.
There's our new t-shirt. I love it.
And she was just, yeah. And she also like, my wife was like impressed when the chick stops a truck with her bare hands. She just stands there and stops the truck. She's like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, Superman's done that like 1,000,000 times.
Well, this is Supergirl.
I know. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I don't know. The show itself seems pretty good, but it's funny. It's funnier or more entertaining for me to watch my wife, who doesn't know much about comic book lore, to watch her watch it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I mean,
it's good.
I would recommend it to people.
There are a bunch of people, and I know that this is going to get us attacked, and I want to apologize ahead of time for that. There are a bunch of very vocal, very unsavory people on the internet who like to attack women and other groups, and they call themselves certain names, and I won't name them.
Okay.
But they hate Supergirl because they've been calling it feminist propaganda, which is the number one reason why I'm interested in it.
Really?
ISIS?
Not ISIS.
I don't see it as feminist propaganda at all.
I know it's not, but anytime that something ends up making that group of people angry, I have to immerse myself in it. That's the whole reason why I watched Mad Max.
Is it the Westboro Baptist Church?
It's not Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, okay.
It's essentially...
It's Rosie O'Donnell.
Huh?
Mormons.
It's essentially Gamergators and MRAs.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm looking at Supergirl's costume, and yeah, feminists really thought that one up.
Anytime that like I get a chance to make Gamergators or MRAs angry, I get excited. It just makes me happy. That's it.
On the subject of Supergirl, though, the only thing that's lacking in it is like its like their graphics aren't as great, the special effects aren't as great, and here's what's really frustrating. I don't know if you guys have also watched The Flash on CW. CW Flash is like their graphics and their special effects are amazing, but their writing is terrible. I mean,
is it like
awful.
the opposite for Supergirl?
But Supergirl's writing is tolerable. It's pretty good, but their special effects are horrible. So I wish they would just kind of switch.
I'll admit, so far the writing in Supergirl is literally the Superman story, just in a different town.
With a girl instead of a man.
Like, other than her backstory,
volleyball instead of football.
No, but she works at a newspaper, and she only wears glasses as a cover up, and nobody knows she's Supergirl when she's not wearing the glasses.
It's because glasses completely change the way you look.
Yeah, apparently.
100%.
Apparently.
When I put on glasses, no one knows who I am.
That's the whole reason I wear glasses.
But yeah, I don't know. Like the whole thing is like it's very, very, very much a Superman story.
Yeah.
It's just with a female character
Well,
so far. I'm sure it'll get better because it's only 2 or 3 episodes, like I said. But
well, they had to cancel this week's episode because of everything that happened in France.
Yeah, apparently it was like
true.
it was a terrorist thing, and
It was like dead on the same.
really,
Yeah.
wow.
you think
But,
it's weird to be a writer and then to have written something that's almost prophetic in a way, and then be like, "Oh crap!"
I would start going
That
to
sort of
church.
happened with Archer a few years ago, right?
What happened with
I don't
Archer?
know.
Where Archer's entire setup was called ISIS.
Yeah.
And then ISIS became a thing, and they were like, oh, God, we have to fix this.
Well, you see, that's the dumbest thing in the world because, like, I've read stories about beauty salons called Isis Beauty, whatever, because she's supposed to be some Egyptian goddess, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
these salons existed, and they were called like Isis or Isis Salon or whatever. And Isis springs up and says, "We're going to kill everybody." And so people get mad at these salons and like break their windows and everything. It's like, Jesus Christ, America.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can see why they change it specifically because people like that are insane.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's like extremists yelling at extremists sort of thing.
Exactly.
It's like level-headed people go, oh yeah, ISIS, Egyptian, yeah, I get it. It was here long before this fucking terror group was around. That's cool. Other people are like, when the fuck did that show up? ISIS? Oh.
Exactly.
Fuck. People are just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
get too
the media
political,
doesn't
but-
fucking help either. It's like,
Oh no, not at all. Not at
Dan,
all.
dial it back.
Yeah, I
I don't want to get on
on
too much of a rant about it. It's just that media just fucks everything up. It's like,
Yep.
the thing in Paris that happened, that was very fucked up.
Oh,
It was
boy.
fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But like other people pointed out, there was other shit going on in other parts of the world too that were just as bad. And nobody mentioned any of that shit.
Well,
I think
So it's
what,
like-
I think what the
Media is
issue is
insane.
that people want things to react to. They're more in depth with the things that are familiar to them that they can relate to and react to. And unfortunately, they're going to report on the thing that's more relatable. But it's not, I don't think it's really a case of people like being indifferent to different things other than what they're being shown. It's just, you're going to report on things that are relevant to people. But it's such a weird process right now. And I think it's kind of like Fuzz is saying, we should probably back away from the subject very slowly. But
We
everybody
absolutely
has
should. I
very
wanted to
strong
touch on it.
passions at this point in time. And
Yeah, I
That's
wanted
very
to
sad.
touch on it and just say, hey, it was super bad that it happened, and we're sorry to the people of Paris that they had to
and
go through that. But
everybody on Facebook
Agreed.
that's putting the flag as their profile picture,
Oh my
Oh,
God.
God.
just
this
stop.
this thing, and that goes back full circle on when was it? When gay marriage was made legal,
yeah.
and everybody on Facebook was doing those fucking rainbow things.
Yeah. You
It's like,
see, I'm,
okay,
I'm glad
the-
I left Facebook.
The gay people that are doing that, cool. Show pride. But my wife did it. You're not gay.
Well,
What the hell do
maybe,
you
maybe
care?
you could talk to your wife and see.
Oh my God. You want to finish that?
Tim's trying to suggest you use that to your advantage somehow.
I
think
know,
That's
I know.
what he's suggesting here.
Jesus.
But I think in this case with the Paris thing, though, it's not so much because we somehow feel like it's helping them, because it's not really helping them. I think it's almost like a human coping mechanism to try to help you kind of calm down a bit.
No,
'Cause-
it's people on Facebook are douchebags that think, hey, I'm going to try and show this fake support when really I don't care what's going on outside of a
I'm sure
5-foot
that's some
radius
of the experience that people share, but not everyone is
If
doing
I
it
may,
just for
It's
popularity.
an image thing. It's an image thing.
A lot of it is because of cross-identification, in which people just feel like if they are able to appropriate any kind of thing that's happened in any sort of situation, then that in turn makes them a part of it. And that's what they want, to be a part of it, not necessarily about the negative part of it, but the part that's helping or the part that is creating something good. So if you're just like some random person in the Midwest that's never even fucking thought of going to Paris, or just some lady in Canada that's absolutely straight, but is really cool with the US going like gay marriage, then it makes you feel like
So subtle. I love it. But I really feel like, and this kind of sums it up for me, is everybody's reacting in a very, in their own personal way, how they do it. But I saw this one post on Facebook that made me realize that, maybe people are a little bit wishy-washy. And it said, everybody's changing a profile picture because of this thing in Paris, but nobody changed their profile picture when Planet Vegeta blew up. So
shut up, Pat. God
I'm
We're done.
so on the fence
Subject's
about this.
over. Subject's
Frieza
over.
destroyed Planet Vegeta.
Listen,
Nobody says a word.
Pat, I was going to let us get political because I thought we were going to go to a good, respectable place.
No.
And you ruined it. It's over. We're moving on.
I mean, realistically, though, you
Do
should
not
have known better, Fuzz.
Do you not
Mari, what are your
sympathize
thoughts on
with
something completely different?
the King
Mari, how do you
Vegeta
feel about
trying to
grape
defend
juice?
the Saiyan race?
She's hung up. She's gone.
What? I'm just
At
sitting
this
here.
point, Mari's turned off her fucking
God damn it.
speaker. She's not listening anymore.
Like, I
What are
hate
these Americans doing?
I'm just gonna let them fight and just.
Yeah.
Poor Mark.
You're really second guessing moving to America, huh?
Oh, God.
You have
So you
no
want to
idea.
move to America?
She's already there.
Yeah, I'm
she's
already
in-
here.
Where in America are you?
I'm in Ohio.
That's not America.
Great.
Actually,
Okay,
that's
so
like
I
the center
haven't
of
been in America yet, and I haven't met Texans. All right.
No, you've only met people from Austin.
I maintain that Texas is not the same as Austin. It's just not. I'm sorry.
You know what would be
Austin-
great for this is if we could get Sax on at the same time.
Yeah, but he doesn't exist according to you, so we have to figure that
And
out.
I don't exist according to him, so it would completely blow everyone's mind.
I hate you both. It makes life so difficult.
I still don't completely believe that Tip exists, so.
Great.
It's,
Team Sax.
it does take a little time to process.
Yeah.
And then he comes back around and you go, oh, that did happen. Okay.
Yep.
See, this is realistically, this is only my third interaction with Tip, and now it's starting to sink in that he's real.
Yeah. I'm
Now that doesn't mean he's a good person. It just means he's real.
You see, Dan, you have it lucky. You manage people that all acknowledge each other's existence. I have to wrangle cats that don't acknowledge each other exist, which is very difficult.
I just want to say I'm not entirely convinced that Pat is really Pat because I only see him unmuted on TeamSpeak during podcasts.
Speaking
Please.
of Pat not being Pat, what's the situation on you and your stretch goal?
Oh, it's gonna happen. I recently recorded something where I am very, very grossed out by sardines, and actually was starting to like sardines. But I know what you're referring to, but I want to keep that a little secret for a little bit longer.
I don't want to know what any of this is.
I'm excited personally.
And
We have something
basically,
big coming up. Involves Pat. I just want everyone to know it was my idea.
So, how long have you been in America, Mari?
I've been here for 4 months.
4 months? That's awesome. Why did you come?
thank you, Tip.
Well, I'm here as an au pair. Like, basically, I'm a nanny. So I have this 7-month-old kid I'm taking care of.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
little guy. I like that. That's cool.
that is
Yeah, she
cool.
posted pictures in GroupMe yesterday or the day
I don't think
before
that you should
she,
say that she posts pictures of the baby.
Oh,
You
she
should not
did.
say that on a podcast.
But it was on a group me. It's a private chat. She's not gonna know. They're not gonna.
Well,
know.
I'm
now
not
it's
going to
out
link
there.
them.
So, how did you
No,
get this
anyway,
job?
it's a private thing. But she posted it, and it was like, it was mashed baby.
It was not.
Oh, God.
Made.
I'm
She was
so-
posting pictures of mashed baby.
I'm
Oh, God.
curious, is this like a Peace Corps job, or how did you...
Peace Corps. Hang on. Let's pause there.
I
Do
don't
you
know what
think
that is.
that she came from Denmark to America as a Peace Corps officer?
Have
What-
you ever
what
been
is
to
that?
Detroit?
What is that? Someone explain what that is.
Okay, Peace Corps is this organization run by America to go help the rest of the world, because we're freaking awesome at it.
You know, because they got their shit together in the
Yeah.
States.
So, like,
Right.
basically, I thought about it. I seriously considered it, but the only place I'd want to go, and they have it available, is to go be a business consultant for people that are starting their own businesses in Colombia.
You could still do it. You're old enough to do it.
Well, I'm old
Like
enough
you
to
can
do
be a
whatever
Peace
I
Corps
want.
officer at like any age.
Dude,
Yeah.
if you're going to go to Colombia, your prime objective should be to find Escobar's buried money.
Colombia.
Well, I thought about this, and it's like if I go to help teach people business acumen in Colombia, I'm getting into the drug trade. That Medellin cartel will have nothing compared to what
That's just
What
going to
he
happen.
means is that he's pursuing a field in pharmaceutical engineering. This is what
Of
he's
course.
referring to.
Oh no.
I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I heard the other day that a farmer found like a bunch of Escobar's money, like recently.
we're going on a treasure hunt, guys.
Oh my god. I actually I work at a school program, and we have to facilitate like a ton of different people that come in and talk to students. And so last week the Peace Corps was here, and while he was talking, my boss came and was like, "So hey Amber, are you thinking about joining the Peace Corps?" And I don't think I've ever been so adamantly fuck that than I was at
No.
like that moment.
Wow,
Yeah.
no one's ever asked me if I wanted to join the Peace Corps.
Do you want to join the Peace Corps?
No.
No.
He's just offended that no one has asked him.
Yeah, he's just upset nobody asked.
Yeah. You know,
I would be too.
There are lots of things in this world that I have no interest in doing, but no one asked me, so I get mad.
It just
So while you
Tip just wants to be asked. That's all.
He just wants to
I
be a
found
part
something
of
for
it.
you that I think will interest you.
Peace Corps openings.
Hey, that's the one I was
think
talking
Buzz
about.
is
that
secretly a
business
recruiter
advising
for the
one.
Peace Corps. I'm very scared
I'm
right
gonna
now.
read up on that.
Actually,
Both
I
of these
don't-
positions are business development for the Peace Corps. They will pay your entire way there and back, and pay for up to one vacation if you want one.
But I don't qualify because
They
even though I
also-
grew up on the Mexican-American border, don't speak a lick of Spanish.
Oh,
true.
that's perfect because they also have training in your home country to be able to learn the language. This podcast brought to you by the Peace Corps.
I just want to say I wouldn't I
No.
wouldn't be able to apply either because I don't have the required language skills either.
Sorry, also you're not American.
True.
Oh, no.
You know what? But she has more heart than an American.
That's true. She takes care of a kid. That's not something most
She
Americans
certainly
do.
got more liver.
That's true.
True,
You got the
true,
youngest
that's
liver
true,
of us
yeah.
all.
True.
No, well,
Very
for
true.
real. To answer your question, Tip, basically, a couple of my parents' friends had this au pair from China, and I sort of always had it like, okay, after the Danish equivalent to high school, I would want to go travel and work, and then I decided, hey, travel, work, and work with children. That's kind of what I want to do. Let's search what an au pair is, and
You and I could not be more different.
Wait,
The
wait,
last
wait.
thing I thought about after high school was working with kids.
I love to think of Mare as like the anti-tip.
The anti-tip, yeah. Very, very ironic that they're both here to show the polar opposites.
yeah.
Well, fun fact. I did for a year. I worked at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
What is that?
Totally
It's,
contradicting what you just said.
Oh god.
Wow.
I love
It's an
it.
organization that gets people to volunteer to like hang out with underprivileged kids.
Oh,
And my job was getting a folder from like this kid. Like we'd interview and find out what he likes, and then the corresponding volunteer and say, "Yeah, I think these two will work well together." And
So it was your job to match
yes,
the big brothers and big sisters with the little kids?
Yes.
Oh God.
poor
And
kids.
How did you get this job?
I applied.
And they hired you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
You must
kind
be
of
a really good liar.
It's kind of a volunteer. Yes,
I'm
he
the
is.
best.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But it was more like a volunteer position, wasn't it? Tip? Like, kind of, they were looking for people who were interested in helping.
You see, that's where they lied to me. The ad in the paper said administrative assistant, and I needed a job because I was in school, so I thought, yeah, I could be an administrative assistant. And so we both lied to each other. Got along great for a year.
Oh,
Wow.
well, I
It's like
respect what Mari's doing, because that's tough to have to go to school and then come back and then she's a nanny all day long. That's pretty tough.
Wait, you go to school too?
I will take 2 classes this January, or I think it'll be 2 classes because there's a requirement for me to achieve 6 credit, so I have to do that and work 45 hours a week.
Holy jeez.
So, like, when you work, you're being a nanny, that serves as your working credit, right?
Working credit?
I mean, you know what I mean. Like, that
I
counts
don't
as part
know.
of your...
It doesn't count.
It doesn't?
No,
so you have to get
I
a job in addition to that?
No, I don't need working credit. I need academic credits.
Right.
So which basically the only way for me is to take classes at a college or something like that is approved, or they also do these weekend courses where you can take practically all the credits in one weekend, but I don't want to do that.
Oh, I would have much rather done that.
Yeah, but
It took me like 10 years
But,
to get through college.
yesterday I went to the college I'll be taking classes at and took like this placement test for ESL students. To those who don't know what ESL is, it's English as a Second Language.
We all know what ESL is.
I don't know what
Just
ESL
talking
is.
not to us.
Let's...
For the listeners,
Yeah,
Fuzz.
listeners, please.
Oh,
For everybody sitting there listening to this podcast going, ¿qué? ¿Cómo
I
es
barely
that?
know what NFL means.
Okay,
Oh,
so...
English as second language, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
my god.
now they're good,
Damn.
huh?
No.
Edit that out.
Comprende,
You
comprende.
fucking idiot.
HR, take care of this, please.
So,
Nah, it'll be fine.
what schools are like approved? Is it like any American university, or
Well,
is it like a credible one?
credible ones. Also, online courses
So
do not
University of
count.
Phoenix is out.
Online courses do not count.
University of Phoenix is double out.
Okay. well, it's not really universities, or some of them are, I guess. Like in Ohio, in Columbus, where I am, there are like 2 that I noticed, and it's Ohio State University and Columbus
Yeah,
State
that's
Community
the big
College.
Wait, there's Columbus State Community College?
Yeah, that's the one I'll be going to.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
freaking cool.
Very cool.
And
very
also,
cool.
I have
See,
Well,
now,
guys,
now I
we-
won't be angry because I won't know someone that goes to Ohio State.
There you go. So we're at time here, guys. So we're gonna wrap up. So if you have any final thoughts, you want to throw them in now?
American
I've been
college
sick
is
for a
stupid.
week, but I'm still wheezing. I think I might die.
Aw,
American
no.
college is stupid.
Yeah, the way you do it is just no.
No,
Yeah.
think about it this way. She said American college is stupid, but she's near Ohio University, so there you go.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. There you go.
Pat, please.
American college is stupid, but I'm still about to give them all my money.
I would like to say that this has been the most diversified podcast we've had. We've ranged from everything that I can possibly think of: Christmas to terrorists, back to school planning, to the Peace Corps,
Talk about Charlie Brown for a while.
and Charlie Brown, and the cancer
You
special.
know,
Glee.
Texas.
when you call out what we talked about, it sounds much worse.
We talked about chickens in a box.
Oh God.
And it really makes you think. I think. Anyway,
All right, so
I've
we
got to say I had a lot of fun.
yay!
Nice to meet you.
And
Thank you.
it's nice to meet you too. And if you guys aren't careful, I'll be back.
Oh God.
yeah, he's got access to the TeamSpeak server now, so we're kind of
Oh
screwed.
god.
Sorry.
And I know all the codes.
Hey, what's the password for this channel?
I mean,
No, Mario, you can't know the
Aw.
password. That's why it's fucking locked. Bitch.
Oh.
Oh.
no, guys, please.
Anyway,
So I need to be
So-
on my best behavior.
yeah, you better.
Nobody
Watch out
guys-
for Harry.
We want to
Oh my god,
we
wait.
want to thank
I totally
Tip for
forgot,
being here.
guys. Tip, do you have a Neopets account?
What?
Okay, no,
Yeah,
Fuzz.
that's
no.
what I thought.
I was
she's
hoping
just
we were
trying.
going to.
She's just trying to work her Neopets in.
Aha.
She's got a thing about mentioning Neopets
Aha.
every podcast. So we want to thank Tip for being on. Guys, go check out the Jackass Express podcast. It's a lot of fun. I was on one. I think it was episode 41.
Yeah, and this is episode 14.
I have still not invited to. Have still not been invited. I mean, to be on one. So
well, we might do that. We might do that.
The thing is, Pat is way more involved with this one and getting this one going. The Jackass Express is just kind of like, oh, you guys want to have a podcast this weekend? And
it happens when it happens.
yeah.
It happens when it happens. That's right. It's like lightning strikes. You wait for it.
We've been doing this for 5 years. We're only at 42 episodes.
oh god.
Hey, man, you can't rush genius. It's good stuff.
Perfection.
There you go. That too. Yeah.
Something like that. So
Not like killing chicken. Man.
So we got a couple things to go over just for me before we go. Number one, we have the store. Go check it out. Buy some Why Did Ask For merch. It's society6.com/whydidaskfor. We just missed a huge sale that we weren't aware of, but we
Tell
have
them that.
promised to keep a better eye on that, so that anytime a sale comes up in the store, we will let you know. Also, if you sign up to the Society 6 website and follow Why Did Ask For, you will get updates on our sales as well. So please do that. Buy some cool shit. I got some shit coming in the mail this week. Very excited.
Actually, I believe if you spend $100 or more on Society 6, you get free worldwide shipping.
I think that's the promotion they have going on right now. Yeah.
Corporation?
Of
You'll
Canada?
have to
gonna
go
have to
back and listen to
our
podcast
podcast.
number 7 for that one.
Again,
Canadian
I
Bag
don't
Corporation of
listen to
Canada.
these.
Listen, you're going to have to go and listen to it because I couldn't explain it. Oh, wait, no, that one wasn't from 7. That was from the Thanksgiving one.
Why don't
Yeah,
we
so-
just go back and listen to all of them, Tip?
I think
That's
I'm going to
true.
go do that right now. That'd be very
You should
exciting.
do that too.
Yes.
Actually,
Secondly, we have last week, actually, I released both my highlight videos from the stream. The one being the makeup tutorial and the other one being waxing my arm.
the stream was a lot of fun too.
Next, I don't know if it went up this week or if it hasn't as at the time of this recording. We will get it up by probably tomorrow, but the Moon trailer that will be going out for everybody on the Why Did Ask For YouTube, so go check that out. And I think that's all we have for this
You
week.
guys have
So
a YouTube
hopefully